Gehan, the government is on a roll when it comes to legal reform. In fact, the budget proposal said that several new laws will be brought in. There seems to be a certain urgency with which the government is acting when it comes to bringing in new laws. But shouldn't we first look at the gaps in the existing legislation? Let's talk a bit about that first. What are the gaps in existing legislation? And I'd like you to focus specifically on the ICCPR Act for starters.
Yeah, I mean, when we think about gaps in the law, we have to ask the question, what is the subject matter? What is the theme we are talking about? And with the ICCPR Act, the law actually deals with a lot of themes. One of the themes it has become sort of infamous for is the theme of incitement, because Section 3 of the ICCPR Act criminalizes a certain type of incitement. So incitement to violence or discrimination or hostility, which is in the context of advocating hatred against a particular group. Now that law was passed in 2007, and we could confidently say that inciting violence against, say, a religious group or a national group of some kind or a racial group, that type of incitement is criminalized under our law since 2007. So in that context, there is no gap in the law as such.
Sure.
The gap is in terms of enforcement. Right? So what is the gap then? If you take the statistics, or what is known to be the statistics on the implementation of Section 3 of the ICCPR Act, I don't think, and I might be mistaken here, but I don't think there's been any successful prosecution and conviction of any perpetrator of incitement since 2007.
So in the 15 years that it has been in...
In the 15, 16 years it's been in operation, I haven't heard of a single person being convicted of it. I haven't heard of a single prosecution that has been launched properly against someone who has incited violence on the basis of religion, race or nationality. There are of course instances in which the section is one of the sections in a criminal prosecution of individuals who are accused of something slightly different. For example, offending a particular religious symbol or offending a religious figure. Things that don't constitute incitement but may be considered as offensive has been interpreted as falling within the ambit of Section 3. So we have this strange situation where Section 3 has been not used where it should be used, but misapplied where it should not be used. And now the Supreme Court of Sri Lanka, in a case, a judgment that just came out, or in the case concerning Ramzi Razik, actually points to this problem and points to the fact that Section 3 has been misapplied. So I think the question to ask is not whether there is a gap in the law. The question to ask is whether there is an institutional problem where there is a gap in enforcement, good faith enforcement of the existing law.